Welcome to How to Draw Pokémon, Episode 3, Venusaur. Before we begin, here's a breakdown of the drawing method we'll be using. Venusaur is made up of these very basic rounded shapes and construction lines. We then use these shapes and construction lines to draw in the head, body, and legs, along with the eyes, mouth, and ears. With the rough sketch complete, we're able to draw all the finished lines and then erase the rough drawing underneath, leaving us with a clean final drawing. So let's get started. Step 1. Draw the basic shapes. We'll begin by lightly sketching Venusaur's head, which is shaped like a ball that's been pinched and stretched in opposite directions. We'll then add the center line down the middle and then draw two construction lines so we know where and how big to draw the eyes. The ears are triangle shapes drawn on top of the head shape. Venusaur's body from this angle is drawn like a slightly squashed circle. Now we'll draw in the legs, which are drawn as a ball shape on top of a cylinder, and the feet on the bottom have a curved edge with a flat side. Remember, the legs are a rounded shape, so don't draw the base of the feet as a purely flat line, give it a slight curve. Venusaur has a palm tree type trunk on its back, which is a really simple shape. On top of that, draw this smaller rounded rectangle, which I promise will make sense later. The giant leaves that sprout outwards at this angle are drawn almost like propeller blades. And the huge petals coming from the top of the trunk, depending on the angle you look at them from, are drawn either like a flat box shape or are more curved from the side. You'll also be drawing a silhouette of the back petals, which we'll define as the drawing goes on. Step 2. Draw in the basic features. Now we'll be adding Venusaur's facial features, which as always are important to get right. The eyes are ellipse-shaped and angled on the face because it's a curved surface. The mouth is drawn very large, and don't forget those teeth. When drawing Venusaur's eyes, remember that they're actually spherical, so this will affect how you draw the lines of the eyelids and the actual eyes. To finish off the ears, draw a smaller triangle which represents the inner ear. We can now define the shape of Venusaur's head too, which is more angular than Bulbasaur's or Ivysaur's. The legs are very simple because of the shape, but take into account where you draw the claws. If they're pointing toward you, add space between them, and pointing away, draw them closer together as they obscure each other from view. Step 3. Refine the details. Following the rough leaf shape, draw triangle shapes along the edges to create the look of a leaf. And these can be drawn pretty randomly, but try and stay within a slight pattern. The petals at the top of the trunk also have this leaf effect, but not as much as the leaves, and at the very top you can finish the trunk with these zigzag lines kinda like a crown. As a finishing touch, we'll now add the wart-like spots around Venusaur's body, which can be placed randomly, and then finish off the leaves by adding stems on the underside. And finally, draw the zigzag pattern on the trunk to finish off the sketch. Step 4. Ink the lines and erase the rough sketch. This can be done with a ballpoint pen or a marker or anything that's permanent. Be careful not to make any mistakes, as you won't be able to erase them out. Once complete, erase the sketch to end up with clean, finished lines. Step 5. Add some color. And maybe even some shading too. For those curious how to do this, I'll be covering coloring and shading in a future video. And there you have it, our finished Pokémon. And as always, this method can be used to draw Venusaur from any angle you like, from the basic shapes to the finished drawing. And if you don't get it looking great first try, remember, practice makes perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more How to Draw Pokémon, and I'll catch you in the next episode.